Hey everyone! I'm really glad you're here for the second episode of our journey because this is the part I wish someone had handed me when I first started. We're going way beyond the basics today. If you want to truly become a confident, successful investor, you've got to set clear goals and understand your risk profile from the very beginning. Trust me, this step will make every future investing decision so much easier, and honestly, it can be a total game changer. Hold on a second before we jump in. If you're ready to take your financial future seriously and start building real wealth with support and guidance, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. While you do that, let me tell you what's coming up. With this series, you get simple explanations, global strategies, and actionable steps in every video. You also get a community that's on your side, so you don't have to figure all this out alone. Subscribing means you'll have access to updates, special Q&As, and my best tips as soon as they're out. So pause, take a breath, click the subscribe button, and let's get started because your future self will thank you for this. Let's start with something that can be life-changing, even though most of us totally skip it: defining your why. When I started out, no one told me how powerful it was to actually write down what I was investing for. Was it financial freedom, an early retirement, a dream trip, sending my kids to college, or maybe just peace of mind if something goes wrong? If you don't know what you want, how can you choose the right path? Take a moment, say your biggest financial goal out loud or type it in your notes now. This is not just an exercise, this is the map for your entire investing journey. Now, goals are great, but they need to be sharp. Vague dreams don't get results. Specific goals do, so let's get concrete. Instead of thinking, I want to have more money, say, I want to build a $20,000 $700,000 emergency fund in 3 years, or I want to retire with $500,000 40 to lakh in investments. By the way, these are real, achievable goals that people hit every year across the globe. The key is making goals smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. You might be wondering, how do I know what's realistic for me? That's where a bit of math and a lot of honesty comes in. Figure out your income after taxes, your monthly expenses, and what's left over each month. Use online calculators to project how much you can invest and how it might grow. Small, steady monthly investments, even $100, $8,500 a month, at a long-term 7% annual return could become around $12,300, $1 million, in just 7 years. The magic isn't in guessing, it's in planning and starting early. Take me, for example. Years ago, I thought I could handle anything. Then came my first big market drop, and wow, did I panic. But sticking to a plan, based on realistic self-knowledge, made all the difference. But setting a goal is only half the battle. The other half, understanding how much risk you're really comfortable with. This is where a lot of beginners get tripped up, myself included. I wish someone had grabbed me by the shoulders and said, don't blindly copy what everyone else is doing. Know your own risk tolerance first. Risk tolerance means how much ups and downs in your investment value you can handle emotionally and financially. Are you the type who loses sleep if markets fall by 10%? Or are you comfortable ignoring the no's because you're focused on long-term growth? Both are valid. Knowing yourself is the goal. Risk tolerance isn't just about feelings, it's about your real-life circumstances. If you're in your 20s, have steady income, and decades until retirement, you can usually afford to take more risk and ride out market swings. If you're closer to retirement or need your money in just a couple of years, you'll want safer, more stable investments. There are plenty of free risk assessment quizzes online from big firms like Vanguard, Schwab, or BlackRock. Spend 5 minutes and discover your comfort zone. Take me, for example. Years ago, I thought I could handle anything. Then came my first big market drop, and wow, did I panic. But sticking to a plan, based on realistic self-knowledge, made all the difference. Once you've set your goals and understood your risk profile, the next piece, and honestly, this is where things get exciting, is building your first investment strategy tailored just for you. You're not copying your neighbor or that person you follow on social media. You're building your roadmap. Let's connect your goals and risk to the types of investments you'll want to consider. For example, if you're saving for something big in the next 1 to 3 years, you might focus on high-yield savings accounts, certificates of deposit, or short-term government bonds. These are globally available, safe, and reliable. If your goal is 5 to 10 years away or longer, like buying a house, or retiring index funds and ETFs tracking broad markets like the S&P 500, NASDAQ, FTSE, or Nifty 50 are the backbone for many portfolios. Historically, the S&P 500 has returned around 10% per year since 1990. Though remember, past performance doesn't guarantee future returns. If you have a high risk tolerance and a long timeline, you might allocate a small percentage, say 5 to 10%, to higher growth assets like individual stocks or emerging market funds. Why does this matter? Because matching your investments to your goals and risk is the difference between feeling confident and sleeping well versus panicking when the market wobbles. Now, I want this to be practical, not just motivational, so here's what you can do right now. Write down your main financial goals, with target amounts and years. Take a 5-minute risk assessment quiz and jot down your results. Sketch your timeline, which goals are short-term, which are long-term. This will guide your asset choices in the next few videos. And here's a personal secret. I wish someone had told me to revisit these goals at least once a year. Your life will evolve. Maybe you get a new job, move to a new country, or start a family, and your investment plans should evolve too. Don't be afraid to adjust as you go. Before we wrap up, remember that this journey isn't about being perfect, it's about progress. Every investor you admire had to start somewhere. And honestly, most wish they'd gotten serious about their goals and risk profile much sooner. So you're already ahead just by being here and doing this. If this video helped clarify things, hit thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow and find more awesome people like you. And if you're ready for the next step in our journey, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Here's what's next. In our upcoming video, we'll get hands-on. I'll show you how to choose the best type of investment account for your goals, explain what each account is for, and help you open your first real account, no matter where you live in the US, UK, India, or anywhere. Plus, I'll share the kind of tips I wish I'd had when getting started. If you have questions, stories, or want to share your why for investing, drop them in the comments. Let's build a global community that supports and motivates each other, wherever we are on our journey. See you in part 3. Let's make your money work for your dreams.